Welcome back, VFR750. Okay, as you can see, we've got, looks a bit chaos, doesn't it, at the minute? So let me explain a few bits to this, where we've got up to. From the old wiring, from the VFR wiring harness, obviously, I've had to thin it out, completely find all the wiring to the VFR as a CDI box. Okay, so that's there. Try and get it in some form of order. So we've got the wires, pulsers wiring from the pickups on the end of the crank in this little set of wiring, and then I thinned out the wiring what I needed just to make this run. So I've got it kind of tidied up here. We found out the two earths, so as you can see, it's just to get it running, because this engine's an unknown to me. Okay, so complete unknown, bought, supposed to be okay, and so it was. I've got it at that point where I could run it, so obviously I'm going to run it. So I need these two earths. These two I find out are earths. The rest of this wiring is going to be included in here. Is the wiring for side stand down switch off the VFR. We've got a side stand down. There's the diode there, neutral light, all that, clutch switch, etc. And I don't need that in play to actually make it run. So this is just makeshift before, you know, I've just got an earth there to my battery. Okay, so off the generator I've got the three-phase wiring going up there into the voltage reg, and a battery, a positive down to the battery. What we've got going on here is this is all original Honda wiring unpicked. So this is where they all group, see if I can find it here, where they all group there. So this is a power supply, starts there. Okay, power supply, which is basically, this is one wire breaking out into four to feed power to the four coils. So they're just laid there. They're just laid there, that's all. Obviously carbs on, so we've got power supply to coils and each individual signal wire to the coils. Okay, checking against the wiring diagram, the firing order is correct. Well, I've had it running, so we could run it. I could show you it running. So it's where to go with this next. I don't know whether to. Well, let me go through exhaust side of things. So we've come out using the standard VFR little manifold here, and I've made, using certainly part of a section of pieces of exhaust pipe, I've come down and shift that up out of the way so you can see the exhaust. So what I've tried to maintain here is a very similar collector box underneath like the VF750 has. So I can use my two exhaust pipes. So if we look in there, take a bit of tape off, if we look in there, we've got the two headers going down to the side of the swinging arm, and exhaust pipe, obviously silencer there, silencer coming out of there. So if I just move around a little bit, it's a bit chaos. I've just put the water in it, so just put that over there. So as you can see, just everything's just temporary, you know. This is nothing permanent, it's just to get it running. When you get it to a point where you want to hear it run, you just think, right, I'm not bothered, get it running. So we've got a collector, front header pipes, rear header pipes into the collector, just like a VF750, and then out into two. So the back of the bike kind of looks as it was. Quite like these exhausts personally. Obviously what a nightmare mission it's been to make that, to keep it all trying to look the right shape, etc., and get it all in. I mean, going down this side we've got the two pipes there going in and one coming out, so a bit of chaos. But anyway, kind of the shape looks right. We come to the front because I want to try and maintain radiators as per original. So the radiator's on, this is bolted up originally. Obviously my little radiator underneath is on, but the sheer angle of that header coming out of there, because it's the same head as we've said before, but I've just to immediately miss the radiator, and then this one to immediately miss the radiator. But Anyway, we have the two header pipes on, trying to keep it as per VF750, running all the original stuff. So just need a little bit more flapping up and what have you, the exhaust. But yeah, do you know what? When they've painted the black, they're going to be all right. So it's blowing. I haven't got any gaskets in this this section. I haven't got any gaskets in there, and I don't believe there's any gaskets in there either. Which so it just pops and blows a little bit. There is gaskets on the front ones, but yeah, it's running. I've had it running. The engine I'm actually quite pleased with the sound of it. The carbs must be. These carbs have been in storage probably getting on for 10 years. So these particular carbs, these are carbs off an engine I sectioned. So you can actually see that on another video, I think. They're a bit dusty. They have been kept in a plastic storage thing, but anyway, the proof of the pudding is they do want ultrasonic in, so we'll go in ultrasonic tank over there. So yeah, we have everything kind of temporary, but it was basically wire it up so it'll run. It does run. Well, how far off are we? How far off are we? Let's see. Get that on there. I can do it one-handed. Like I say, everything's just a bit makeshift, but anyone who tells me they've never done it like that when they're working with bikes is a... Come on, let's get it. Let's see if we can hear it running. So I managed to do that. So I'll give it a live. Yeah, I know. It's dodgy and it's just temporary, guys. Okay. So we've got a live now up to the coils. We've got a live up to the CDI box. There is fuel on it, I believe. So let me just move round. I'm going to come to the forks in a minute. I just want a little temporary tank. Tipping the other way, like that, so it feeds a bit of fuel. My little temporary, Jesus, trying to do stuff 100. Right, there we go. Got a bit of fuel coming out of there, down the line and into the carbs. If I go back around this side, it needed choke last time, so it chokes in there. It's a bit sticky, that choke, so I'll leave it like that. That helps me, and I've got my starter motor, so I'm not going to do it for long. You get it, don't you? It fires. So, turn that off now. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that so far. It's what to do next though. At the back of the engine mounts and stuff, it will wants welding obviously at the back and finish the swinging arm mounting point, etc, etc. So that all wants doing, but obviously impossible with the engine in. So I think my next stage, now I know that the engine sounds alright, is engine back out, clean the engine up, and finish the welding on the frame. Probably get the frame sent away then for powder coating, because I don't think there's any more welding to do or anything like that. I'm going to make the two sections of frame I've got yet to make, from the shocker mounting there down to this engine mounting, back engine mounting here. Basically like a bit of solid bar with an M10 Allen bolt set into it. So through here, on this particular one, it'll just be a thread. So a thread, piece of tube going up to it, and a head of an Allen bolt will be in this one, and the other side will be threaded. That just gives that extra support to that shocker mounting. Similar to the very beginning. So yeah, I've had it running for quite a while yesterday, got it hot, and yeah, it sounds okay. No smoke, no nasty noises. I've got a little bit of a grinding off the starter clutch gear in here, so I don't know whether it's a relatively common fault with the VFRs, that they actually crack the basically the steel part where the rollers are on the starter clutch. I do have one off another engine, so if need be, that's possibly what that is. But trying to maintain original radiator, both original radiators, the way the exhausts come out as they did before, it follows the lines of the but that's been monumental, that, to make them exhausts. But look, they're on. Okay, that brings me to these forks. I got some genuine Honda new stanchions for this, but that's got to be that's got to be kind of 8 years ago. Okay, having said that, they are absolutely immaculate. There isn't a pit, scratch, mark, anything on these stanchions, and they're not re-chromed, they are genuine Honda new ones. These are, even with a little unobtainable little caps. Okay, here again on the little caps. So these forks, yokes, okay, front wheel is all for sale, because I'm going to upgrade the front. I don't want a 16-inch front wheel in it, so I'm going to upgrade the front wheel on either maybe a VFR750 set of forks and brakes, etc. Or so anybody who's after a decent set of forks, new seals in there, okay, anyone who's after a decent set of VF750 forks, give me a shout. But there's absolutely nothing that as new. They probably did 1,000 miles on this bike, that's it, when they were brand new from Honda. Probably unobtainable these days. But yeah, there's the forks. So they are for sale. I do have the calipers, obviously discs, calipers, wheel, mudguard, the whole lot, braided lines. Like I say, stanchion. I'm just going to sell the whole lot. I will separate it if somebody just wants the forks, or somebody you just need to message me if you want it. And just on that note, I do have a set of carburetors that came off the engine. I took it out of this. This is a 16,000 mile bike. That's all it's actually ever done. So before I started all the alterations, etc., I've got a full set of VF750 UK spec carburetors in a bag over there on the bench. Okay, they're up there in a bag sealed. Anybody wants a set of carbs that will just go on. They will want balancing to your engine, you know, the actual balancing, but they will go on and run. And they've had, and I know categorically that the jets are different in front cylinders to back cylinders, etc. And I know categorically everything is exactly as it should be. And it did have the little float bowl O-rings changing on them as well. So, and the O-rings on the Bakelite, whatever it is, plastic. So they're completely, they've been in the tank over there, the ultrasonic tank. So they're absolutely fine. They'll pretty much bolt on, balance to your engine, and you're away. So I've got them for sale as well. Obviously rear wheel, original swinging arm for a VF, with all the linkage, etc. smooth. It all strips down, it all comes to bits, it's all perfectly working. So rear wheel, swinging arm, as I say. What else have we got? We've got carbs for it. We've got, obviously I'm going to keep my tank, side panels, tailpiece, belly pan, all that sort of stuff. I want it to carry on looking like the theme of the VF, but there we go. So, need anything, or you think I might have it from what I've done to this bike, give me a shout and we'll see if I've still got it. Okay, that obviously includes CDIs from the other engine. I've got 2 sets of good working, you know, in the tailpiece. For these bikes, it's in the tailpiece. I've got 2 of those, 2 sets of them actually. Tested as working. I don't sell crap to people. Tested as working. I know they work, and they're in the cupboard behind me. So, CDIs, etc. I've got it all. Yeah, that's it. Right. As soon as I've decided which way, I think it's engine out next, and finish the welding on the frame, get the frame away, as I say. Job done. Okay, need any of this, give me a shout.